What the gospel is not. When attempting to understand a term or a subject, it is often helpful to first know what it is not. So before we look at what the gospel is, let's first establish what the gospel is not. The gospel is not health, wealth, and prosperity. This prosperity gospel is a new phenomenon in church history. It is only recently that this false teaching came to life, and since it appeared, it has wreaked havoc. Throughout all of church history, Bible-believing Christians understood that prosperity and poverty, health and sickness are from the sovereign hand of God. Believing the gospel does not guarantee health, wealth, and prosperity. Think about our fellow believers who are at this moment suffering for their faith in Syria, China, Iran, Pakistan, and many other places. The gospel is not about reaching your full potential. Many treat the gospel as if it were an attachment or an accessory to their life. The gospel does not encourage you to forgive yourself or believe in yourself or give you empowerment to reach your potential or accomplish your goals. The gospel demands of you to deny yourself and to die to yourself and to live your life with one purpose in mind: the glory of Christ. The gospel is not about being a good person. You do not have to be a good person to believe the gospel. You cannot be. The gospel is not about making you a good or a better person. It is about making you a new person. The gospel is not about being good enough for God or becoming good enough. It is about believing that Jesus is good enough despite you not being. The gospel is not reciting a prayer. The gospel is not walking down for an altar call or praying a specific prayer. The gospel is about a conscious belief and trust in the person and work of Jesus Christ. The gospel is about Jesus and what He has come to accomplish on our behalf. What is the gospel? Gospel means good news. And it is the good news of how we as sinful, rebellious creatures can be reconciled to our holy, just, and loving Creator. There are many different Bible passages that we can go to define or explain the gospel. But for our purposes, we will look at 2 Corinthians 5 verse 21. So, in the next video titled, What is the Gospel? We will look at 2 Corinthians 5 verse 21 and see how God, through the gospel, saves sinful creatures from His just anger.